It's going to be competing with the Bacon McKinsey, and it cannot. Neither can Shardul, neither can Cyril. It's going to require a huge amount of funding, and within the lawyer community, remember one thing, there is a lot of money sitting and a lot of white money sitting, luckily. So that's one other issue. Sorry, I have to kind of look at my notes. Fees. Fees is a huge issue. So remember one thing that we have in our country, nobody wants to pay legal fees. No one's catered to it. Now that onus lies on us as a legal community to educate people, to start wanting to pay, to have expenditure where you're budgeting for legal. The same client will happily pay a foreign law firm in dollars per hour, but वो जब मेरे पास आएगा वो छोटे छोटे 15,000 रुपए EUR को किसके लिए? What did he do? So you hear about all of this, but you have to start educating. There is an opportunity sitting on insurance for actually starting to fund. And one, I wish Dr. Bhasin was here. One of the things that is non-payment of legal fees, and this is across the board, whether you're small or big, and one of the reasons we can't go to court is, and quite rightly so, you don't want to be going to court for your own fees. We have to be thinking about an adjudicatory body under the Bar Council where these disputes can be resolved in a closed door. So with that, and one last closing comment, within the legal fraternity, there's so much of this angst that goes on. It's about time to start thinking about the unification of the Indian lawyer if you have to compete with the world outside. So those are the only comments that I wanted to make.
Can I just make one
counter
remark?
Yes, absolutely.
So I think it's something that touches all of us, and where it hurts the most. Client reluctance to pay you good money.
Yes.
Now, if you're not going to get paid well, you are not motivated to actually be a very good lawyer. It's not as if the market can't pay well. Harish Salve and Kapil Sibal will make 1 crore a day. So it's not as if this market is unable to pay. Our problem in terms of low court fees is actually directly related, at least in my view, to what the client gets out of it. So let's look at how your legal system operates. If it's going to take you endless adjournments, and you can laugh about it because it can give you a continuous source of revenue, but it does nothing for the client. No client is interested in it. There's no bang for the buck. Why should a client pay you? A client will pay you to draft a contract if they know that the contract can be enforced strictly in a short time. But if it's going to take 10 years to do it, and if I've got to compromise with somebody or I've got to fix somebody, then I know that the solution is there. It's not in paying the lawyer upfront. So I'll do with a mediocre lawyer, I'll pay him terrible fees, and I'll get lawyers to compete on fees. So when you talk in terms of fees, directly proportional to how enforceable anything is, how do the courts look at compliance? How does government look at compliance? How do authorities look at compliance? And unless compliance is tightened, think of if a hot cup of coffee falls on somebody and they have to pay penalties in the terms of millions of dollars, you will think in terms of how careful they will be in terms of how they do their edibles in their restaurant and what kind of lawyering they will need. So there's a direct correlation very often in terms of the level of damages that get awarded to the kind of fees that you get paid, to the kind of enforcement that your courts do.
L1, L2, L3, the lowest people will get. What do we do there?
That is because there is no enforcement.
Yeah, we just have 5 minutes. Maybe I'll give opportunity to the others.
I just have
Please.
one closing comment, and that comes back to value billing. And the reason is, adjournments, and it's a game. It's a game between the client and it's a game between the lawyer. Okay, you ain't paying me, so we're just going to continue to drag it. But if I'm incentivized with value billing, why would I not close the matter quickly? I don't know if you all recall this movie, I can't remember the name, in which was made on that car accident with Jolly LLB. which is it's a classic example. He finishes the case and then, sorry? So I don't know, I'm only talking about the movie. I'm not talking about what exactly happened, but...
Yeah, lady, you wanted to say something. Yeah.
Okay, my point is, it's not so much a comment as actually a question, totally unrelated to the discussion that you were having right now. But I actually wanted to ask Mr. Kumar, and Dr. Basin, but in his absence, Mr. Kumar, with respect to very specifically the draft rules that are there at the moment, what is the response of SILF going to be? Are they actually going to ask for a redraft of the rules, or are they providing comments just on the basis of the rules that are there?
Well, that's a bit of a strategy you asked me, so I'll kind of skip that and answer it slightly differently. The draft rules are bad, of course we all agree on that. It requires to be changed, we all agree on that as well. Now, how the change will happen is something the BCI and the Government of India will have to decide. Whether they want to send it back to BCI to come back with it. Some of the stakeholders like Hammurabi and Solomon and India will be submitting an amended set of bills, an amended version of the bill which should be addressing some of the issues. So whether the government picks up these kind of inputs from different stakeholders, including SILF, gives it to BCI to harmonize it and come back with the correct version. How the cat is going to come out of the box, God only knows. But yes, changes will have to be made, and I would not like to open up any strategy here, whether amendments will be given or just the criticism of the bill.
Okay, thank you.
See, I just wanted to maybe bring out one or two more points. On the one hand, we have India opening up 100% on even areas like defense and aviation. Why is there so much of a reluctance and so much of angst going in for opening up of the legal services? I fail to understand. I have been a general counsel for the last 30 years. Believe me, I am openly stating this not only today, consistently. All my fellow professionals know this. Right from the beginning, I have been saying it's good for India to open up. Open it up in a phased manner, no problem, but do open up, otherwise we will be left lagging behind. Our endeavor of reaching 50 by 2019 is never going to surface. Leave aside the 2019 part, but we are the fastest growing economy, or the only economy in the world today at 7.6 GDP, which is doing. And somebody spoke about ASEAN. Let me tell you, the statistical figure about ASEAN is by 2050, it will be the fastest growing economy in the world. My brother, incidentally, is in Philippines, so I keep speaking to him about the legal processes and other things. They are going robust about it. If we don't shape up, Vietnam, Philippines will take over from us. Anand, I don't need to educate you on this. You are much more versed. But the fact is, with such a great demographic dividend that we have, with the young average age in the world, in India, to be only 28, we are at the cusp of creating history. Let's not, because of smaller gains, miss it out for our next generation. Maybe I'll be there just to see this happening. But the fact is that our next generation should have a great, great future, and legal is a great future. Somebody a couple of days ago remarked that legal is not a commercial profession. I was actually stunned to hear that. Of course it's a commercial profession. Why are we hesitant to accept this fact? It's a noble profession, okay, but it's a commercially rich paying profession.
There is a money, there is a cost.
So with that, since I have been told that the time is running up, so maybe Bitika, as a moderator, I have done justice by... I wish, we had more time. There were many, many questions. But thank you, and over to you.